Hello everybody, my name is Karis and this is Charisma Tarot. Today's reading is a pick-up pile reading. It's part of a series I'm working on called Project Love Your Enemies Tarot, where I give loving and primarily positive messages to groups of people who I am trying to develop more positive feelings toward. So today's readings are for men, not all men, as you may have seen in the title. Only the men who I as a feminist have problems with. So I'll be channeling Aphrodite today and telling you what women love about you. This is women in your life who know you, what they love about you. I wish you all the best with this reading. I hope that it expands your heart and fills you with love, because love is the best way to make the world a better place. And if I dislike someone, I should send them love, which really just makes me no longer dislike them. I can dislike things about you, I can dislike what you believe, I can disagree with you, I can engage in conflict with you, but I can still accept you for who you are and the good things that Source put in you. I am a Christian. I do usually channel Christian deities, Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, Christian saints, the Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, but I am Christo-pagan, which means I believe God said, "You shall have no other gods before me." So I worship the Creator first, and I work with other deities as well who exist under the power of God, just like everyone else. So let's get into it. Let's go through our piles. The symbols that represent each pile today. This is a mallard duck that came in a sushi box that I bought. Well, it was actually gifted to me. If you are drawn to him, then you are pile 1 and should click the timestamp in the description box for pile 1. The second totem here is a little butterfly little guy. I don't even remember where I got this, but I think it's pretty. And if you're drawn to that, then you can click the timestamp for pile 2. And this is an axolotl. I found him at a Costco. He was just chilling there on a shelf. Someone must have forgotten him there. But instead of taking him to the lost and found, I took him as a gift from the universe and made him my own in my home. So if you're drawn to the axolotl, you are pile 3 and can click that timestamp. The third pile here is a strawberry. I painted this rock myself with so much love. If you're drawn to this strawberry, you can click pile 4. And now to clear these totems and get into the piles. First, we're gonna do some tarot. There's 6 tarot cards, and it's just gonna be an energy check. I'm gonna be describing you a little bit, and then we're gonna do the oracle cards once we've confirmed that this pile is for you, and the oracle cards will tell us what the women in your life love about you. Okay, so we have the Hermit. You are an introvert, my friend. That's confirmed now. Second, we have 4 of Cups. You might have a devil-may-care attitude, be very neutral about many things in your life. You can kind of take or leave whatever life comes to give you. You have a cool attitude. I'm kind of seeing like a standoffish kind of person. And we have reverse King of Pentacles. So this would be, you're kind of put off by the idea of having to take care of a household. You might like to see yourself as a provider, but you want those responsibilities to come with, to say this respectfully, more glory than practicality. Like you might want to be a figurehead, but you're not out there like managing your finances, doing a bunch of cleaning. You're kind of like, you accept things as they are and you're proud of them because it's your dominion, but you're not super bossy or controlling about it. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. How would this be a personality trait? Okay, right. So when you do take action, you're perfectly capable of defending yourself when life comes to get you, when you feel cornered, when there's like, okay, no other options, time to act. You don't really get stuck. You're good at getting yourself out of a bind. Nothing can hold you back from your freedom. And if your freedom is doing nothing, that's cool, but you are perfectly more than willing to have a strong will when you need to problem solve if there's something that is actually required of you by your own standards. And then we have Ace of Wands. This came out reversed, but I felt like it should have been upright. So it's just kind of like the neutral Ace of Wands. This is inspiration. You have a lot of big ideas. You're a very imaginative person. You're very happy being in your head. You see where things are going and you like observing them. You like making connections. You like maybe predicting the outcomes of things before they happen and feeling that satisfaction when you turn out right. And your final card, Two of Cups reversed. You might be a little bit of a loner. This is with the introverted, but the Hermit is more of a contemplative, self-reflective energy, whereas Two of Cups reversed is more of like I don't need anyone. I'm my own man. I respect myself, I support myself. My self-worth comes from inside me, not from my relationships. Okay, so if this resonates with you, then this pile is definitely for you. And we're gonna look into your oracle cards. Okay, interesting. Imagine yourself happy, gentle, artwork. Oh, okay, this is some good vibes. I like you already. I am a woman, so of course I like these things about you. And now I'm a woman in your life because you're watching my video. But women in your life love that you are content in all circumstances. They really see that Hermit combined with the Four of Cups energy as like a self-contained ability to cheer yourself up when things aren't going well. Like you are in your own head to the extent and in the way that nothing gets to you, and that's a stable energy where they don't feel a burden to cheer you up. A lot of women are recently having somewhat of an awakening about the pressure society puts on us to do emotional labor for other people, especially men who aren't doing emotional labor for themselves. It looks like you as a man are doing that emotional labor for yourself. You are making it easy for the woman in your life to be around you because you're not a downer. That's awesome. Looks like they also love how gentle you are. This one's pretty straightforward. I feel like you're able to identify in yourself the ways that you're gentle. But this one's especially in contrast to other men again. You may actually be some of the not all men, but or this part of you at least doesn't contribute to whatever. Let's pause your reading. Moving on. You are gentle, especially with this card. You're not controlling. So the card came out originally, King of Pentacles reversed, as in you might identify yourself as maybe not a super disciplined guy. But this also means you're not nagging other people in your life. You're not upset with everyone all the time. If you have a problem with someone, you're going to present it to them in a very subdued way. And And this includes when other people corner you and nag you. You're not going to be like, don't fucking nag me, woman. You're going to be like, I hear you. I'll do it when I want to. And that's still like, if you care about her, you're going to want to and you're going to do it because you're going to experience her as someone you value as much as you value yourself. But your value for yourself doesn't make you bend over backwards to make yourself happy because you have an inner happiness. So with the woman in your life, you're not bending over backwards at their every whim, but you are also listening to them and hearing their problems and really paying attention to what isn't urgent for you to act on. And they know that they can count on you when it really matters. The last thing from this bundle of oracle cards the women in your life love about you is your artwork. And you may make actual like visual artwork, or you may play music like this little guy there for that dog, or you may just have a creative outlook on life like with that Ace of Wands. You like making connections, and with the Two of Cups, like, yeah, how about that connect the Two of Cups reversed? Right. So you do want connections with people, but they're more at a distance. You're more connecting to a collective with what you produce than connecting with people one-on-one in conversation. And this may bring you a lot of productivity. But regardless, you know in your life where you're creative. And needless to say, the women in your life love your creativity and in whatever way that manifests. Now we have Our Lady of Innocence, Our Lady of Blossoming, and this is from my Mother Mary oracle cards. This may be in particular what your mother appreciates about you or did appreciate about you when you were a kid. It's right now. So this is what your mother or a motherly figure appreciates about you, or maybe just what women in general appreciate about you. This is the Quiet card again. This is like giving more inner peace. It's more introversion with the quietness there. This is definitely consistent about the energy it's picking up on about you. But yeah, you, with your quietness, you may think you're a little bit of a badass, and I'm sure you are to other men, but the women in your life see you as unaffected by the world in a way that makes you innocent. So with your introversion, with your self-reflection, you're not picking up on the messages that the media is sending you. You're not really being programmed by society so much. You're unaffected emotionally, of course, but you're also unaffected in your worldview. Get down, get down. My cat has come to say hi. Get down. You have a pure heart. That's what it's getting. Pure intention. And quiet blossoming. They've seen you grow. You're not making a big deal about the amazing person you're becoming, but you are becoming a bigger and better person in ways that are impacting them. With the roses in the hair, I'm getting a sense that you have become more romantic to your partner if you have a partner, or if you don't have a partner, then there's the women in your life are noticing you're taking care of your appearance, maybe specifically your hair, in just a way that makes you more physically attractive, you know? You're taking steps, and you're not being huge about it, but they're seeing you. And with the bird, the dove, it can represent inner peace, but it can also represent being a messenger. So you are sending messages in subtle ways. There will be signs that you're working on yourself. You are becoming the man that God designed you to be. If you don't believe in God, you're becoming the man that you've always wanted to be. And now we have the Mary Magdalene cards. Judgment. The whole point is to be human. The second power. I trust what my soul desires. And this came out reversed. The good, I am inherently good. And then we do have one more here. I'm going to cover Aphrodite. Oh, interesting. That's very interesting. Love knows only mercy. Okay, that's Christ. So this is saying, this is specifically a message for my Christian men watching. You may have started watching this to criticize me. I hope that you don't. But if you do, your comment is welcome because it gives me engagement. That's fascinating. I'm gonna need a second to think about this one. Oh, okay. I'm gotten it. I think. I'm gonna start talking. So you have Christ here as king. You honor Christ as king, but you also honor yourself very much as human. This goes into your introversion. You have a self-acceptance where you're not beating yourself up for being a dick, and this is a good thing because since you're able to forgive yourself the way that Christ forgave you, you're able to be accountable and approach women when you offend them, when you make a mistake, when you're a little bit misogynistic, you might do something you regret. You're not hard on yourself, but you're honest with yourself. You see your flaws humbly, take account in your heart for your flaws with Christ first, and then you accept Christ's forgiveness. And because there's not so much pressure on you to seek forgiveness from the woman because you're already forgiven by Christ, so you're already forgiven by Christ, you're able to go to your partner or your female friends with that pure heart of innocence that's been restored to you and say that you're sorry. But the key here is that there's not pressure on her to forgive you in order for you to feel okay about yourself again. You're able to let her deal with that forgiveness between her and God. You don't need her to stroke your ego and be like, I accept your apology immediately. Because that's not why you're apologizing to her. You're doing it for her out of the goodness of your heart because God has given you a heart of understanding for the pain you've caused in her life. And you wouldn't have been able to get that if you weren't able to understand why you did what you did and how it was wrong. That, honestly, is incredibly beautiful, and I love you, Christian man. Okay, this one is almost kind of in direct contrast. Sexuality. Oh, that, gotta cover that up. Covered that up with the duck. The women in your life appreciate the way you do sexuality. Whether this is specifically in the fact that you are good at what you do, or in the fact that, let's just read the words, openness, sharing, beauty, honor. Okay, right. This might not even be about the act itself. Like, it might not even be about your habits. You know, a lot of Christian men struggle with habits on the internet about that thing that I'm no longer going to say, even though I'm not monetized yet. I do hope to be monetized one day, and YouTube has rules about certain content. So that thing, that word, women in your life appreciate the kind of intensity and merging that you bring. This could be in your art. There might be an edge to it that's just very magnetic. Maybe it's the way you talk that just has a openness, sharing, beauty, or honor. Like, I feel like this is kind of self-explanatory. I'm gonna wrap it up here. You seem like a great guy. Have an excellent rest of the day whenever you're watching this. Have a great life. Continue to be the absolute blessing that you are. I love you so much. Thank you so much for letting me get to know your energy with this reading. Have a good day, my friend. We're gonna wrap up this pile. I have so many cards. 2 was the butterfly. If you choose the butterfly, you are pile 2, and this reading is for you, my man. So just like in pile 1, we're going to go through 6 tarot cards to summarize your personality, to confirm that this pile is for you. And actually, before we do that, I'm going to remove the incense here because it's about to burn out. Yeah, let's just clear the energy of pile 1. We are no longer talking about that guy. We are now channeling Aphrodite once more about this guy, pile 2, butterfly guy. Let's learn all about butterfly guy and what the women in his life love about him. Okay. So tarot first, going to describe you, and then oracle cards, and get into what women just love about you. Pile 1, Queen of Wands. I kind of got this sense with the butterfly. You are a social butterfly. You have charisma. My name may have drawn you to this reading. We have the devil. Interesting. You might be kind of a bad guy, you know, like your aesthetic might be kind of bad guy. You may be a Satanist. I'm not gonna make a judgment about that. We're not here to judge. Also, a lot of Satanists are really fucking awesome. To be clear, not my thing. The devil card is also not always bad. It's about addiction, so you could be an addict of some sort. You may really like substances. You may have mental health struggles. You may feel bound in some other way. You may just be haunted by demons, you know what I mean? Anyway, 4 of Wands. This card is about kind of moving up. It's like celebrating a milestone. It's like I got to a place and now it's like marriages, graduations, I don't know. I don't know what this means. Maybe you recently reached some kind of milestone. Maybe you just like to party. Maybe you like going to weddings. You are, actually, yeah, for sure, you are definitely a hit at weddings. You may be like, if you have a female friend who's single and she needs a +1, you might be like her go-to, can you be my +1? I also just got an intuitive hit that some of you in this pile are not straight. And you just want to know what women love about you in like a non-romantic way, and that's awesome. I also get the sense that for some of you who aren't straight, a lot of women still wish you were. So that's a thing. Page of Wands, this kind of came out reversed. I'm going to read it upright, but consider some of the reversed aspects as well. Yeah, Page of Wands is about having big dreams that you're not really acting on yet. It's just kind of like going for it, and you're like a total noob, but it's like, what a cutie, you know? Like, it looks like this girl's learning to juggle, and that's awesome, you know? Maybe you start a lot of new hobbies, and you may forget about those hobbies. But if there's anything you identify with the image in this card, then it is about you. Interesting. We have strength here. This does have a similar energy to the Queen of Wands, but it's more specific. You may be a Leo. That would fit. It's about being in touch with your more primal animal self and having control over it. So, like the lion lays down with the lamb. There is a lion in you, but it's not hurting anybody. You've trained yourself, or you are just born with an intuitive knowing that you have a lot of strength. You know your own strength, and you know it can hurt people. Yeah, intuitively, I'm already getting a lot of things that women love about you. Yeah, that's cool. You're very aware of your masculinity in that way. And Eight of Wands. Well, so much Wands energy here. You're just very big and bright, and that's beautiful. Yeah, Eight of Wands is about speed. You might like adrenaline. You might like movement. You might talk really fast. You might do a lot of things at once, good at multitasking. Right, okay. Let's get into specifically what the women in your life who know you really love about you. Sharing makes everything more fun. You may be polyamorous. Why was that the first thing that came into my head? Trust your feelings. We are all different. Oh my god. Okay, right. So, basics. You're generous. You trust yourself. You understand the variety in humanity. Yeah, and you trust your intuition. Like your emotional feelings. Yes, you accept your emotional life at face value. You're not like, oh no, is my heart deceiving me? Like if you like someone, you're going for it. Yeah, if you are polyamorous, all your partners love that about you. None of them are jealous. That's cool. If you do substances, you're very generous with those. You share your thoughts openly. You share your feelings openly. We're all different. You're accepting of all walks of life, and you're able to help people accept you. You explain yourself in a way that's easy for people who are different than you to understand. So if you are LGBT, you might meet some phobes in your life, and they're gonna, at first give you judgment for that, but then as soon as they get to know you for like 5 minutes, they're like, oh yeah, he's just weird. He's a cool guy. We like him anyway, So that's awesome. Oh yeah, I also get the sense you're very accepting even of people on the other side of the political aisle than you. So that's rad. I could learn from you, my friend. Okay. Our Lady of Becoming and Our Lady of Sacred Waters. Okay, I did get here again that that's alcohol. But I also got that it's like tea. Like you're someone people can talk to and you're like, tell me about it. So like either alcohol or like, let me make you a cup of tea so you can really open up. Or just like, spill the tea. You may also carry around tampons for your female friends. That's lovely. More men need to do that. You are an angel if you do that. I also feel like there's a lot of women in your life who you've been there for through thick and thin. You've seen them become who they are and supported them. Like you're a really good friend. Like you're good at making new friends and you don't keep all of them because that would be really hard, but you're supportive. I feel like you're very receptive. Like you're not out there trying to hold on to friendships that aren't easy, that other people might have to initiate with you because you're so busy and doing so much. But you're so receptive that when they initiate, you respond. Like whenever you can. And they trust that you're not going to pretend to be okay with them, like when you're actually not okay with them. If you're mad at them, you're gonna tell them, you're gonna talk about it. You're gonna, with the strength card underneath the water card, you are going to confront them. You know, you're very courageous. I'm really proud of you. You're a really cool person. Okay, we have the Anointed. I am called here to be free. The Fifth Power. I am a body and a soul. And remembering, I know who I am. Okay. I feel like the woman in your life okay, right. So you live large. But there are times when you are lower energy and you do take care of yourself. Like, you're not all bark and no bite, but like in a good way. There is depth to you, and you honor your higher self by giving him freedom to explore. This one in particular brought to mind the image of being hungover and being like, worth it, you know, like I learned a lot that night. Like, that was an edifying enterprise, even though it totally crashed and burned. It was like, it burned with power. It made me who I am. And there's also a sense that like when you get really chaotic and like all of your energy is everywhere, you collect yourself. There's a center that you go back to. You're not going to be held down or held back by any institution. I am a body and a soul. Ooh, right. Okay, so specifically, the woman in your life, you don't see women for just their bodies. You see their souls. You see the full humanity and souls and the autonomy. You give women in your life freedom. You remind people to be resilient. That was my cat again. Love him. The noises he makes. Also, I'm getting here, you have good boundaries. People respect that. Okay, last card. Self-expressing. Vocalization, individuality, inner voice, assertiveness. Oh, women love your voice. You are a talkative guy. Wow. Every single card here. This is so funny because in the last reading, every single card, it was like, this guy is introverted. This guy is a poet, a quiet soul, you know? And this, it's like, you sing like a bird, you roar like a lion. You know exactly who you are, and you're not gonna let anyone tell you to be anything else. Women love that about you. Okay, let's wrap this up. I hope you have the best day of your life, every day of your life, forever and ever. And I hope you watch all my videos. Only the ones that are about you. I'm doing a series about people who you may not be in the categories of the videos I'm doing in the near future, but eventually I will have something again for you, my dear friend. Okay, let's move on to pilot 3, the axolotl. First of all, let's clear this energy. Aphrodite, thank you for that message for my dear friend, the extrovert. Okay, buddy, get down. Get. You know why I'm here when I'm doing readings. You know this. Okay. Axolotl. He is a cute little guy. If you are pile 3, this reading is for you. You are going to love it. Clap your hands because it's all positive and compliments. Okay, let's describe you first with 6 tarot cards, and then I'm going to use a bunch of oracle cards, all Christian themed, essentially. And Aphrodite will speak to me through them. And I will tell you what women love about you. And these are qualities that you should be amplifying to attract more women, obviously. My little axolotl. Page of Pentacles. This is an industriousness, a practicality, a realism, and a patience. These are qualities that you know you have about yourself, that you will be able to identify within yourself and confirm immediately this pile is for you. Temperance. Again, this is patience. This is balance. This is, knowing yourself. You know, temperance, the substances, with the balance in life in general. Temperance has a meaning, and the card is that meaning. 10 of Cups. You have joy. You are fulfilled. You like to commune with people around you and celebrate your accomplishments. You have built a beautiful life for yourself. You have reached emotional contentment and healing. Death and rebirth. You embrace change very well. You've become who you are through a journey, and you're proud of yourself and how you got there. This journey may have involved nature. You have grieved many things in your life, and those things that you've lost have taught you to love more fully and deeply while things are here, because you understand that time is imminent and everything is temporary. You may be very comfortable with the idea of yourself passing away one day. I'm getting very grounded energy. Justice. Again with the balance, but in a different sense. This is relational. This is insight. This is boundaries. This is the truth cuts like a sword. You may really know how to hand it to people, like when they've offended you or someone you love. You may just like cut to the core of everything they value and how they view themselves and serve justice. You're not petty. This is like real justice. You're not like, chasing someone down for cutting you off in traffic. That's not your vibe. This is like if someone's bullying your child, you'll be like, I will tell your mommy and daddy. I already have. You know what I mean? Like real justice. That's cool. The moon. You may struggle with depression or mental health. You may be very mysterious, even to yourself. You may not want to do a ton of self-reflection unless it's necessary, because that could cause upheaval and unnecessary chaos, and you're too busy being at peace and enjoying the life you've built for yourself and having contentment in your relationships to unnecessarily aggravate your demons, when they're going to come out anyway sometimes. You're not going to heal in advance. You're going to let life bring things to attention and then serve justice to yourself when it's actually needed. Okay, this is specifically now about your relationships with the woman in your life. Everyone has feelings. There is nothing to fear. Everything will be okay. Those were very congruent, and I did shuffle well, let it be known. I'm getting like INFJ vibes, you know, therapist style vibes. You may not be a therapist, but you're going to be that person who, if there is a conflict, people are going to go to you and be like, this person will have a balanced perspective. This person will be able to tell me if I'm the asshole or not. There is nothing to fear. People don't fear judgment from you. People can go to you for comfort when they're having mental health struggles. Everything will be okay eventually. You have a good sense of the universe and the cosmic unity of all things. You understand that we're all, I was gonna say just animals, but I don't believe that. But ow! I guess I just mean you understand that all things are temporary, and that we amplify suffering by dwelling on it. We all die eventually, but even after we're dead, even if we don't continue, things will be okay in the universe without our presence. You don't have a self-centered view. You're not thinking about yourself all the time, and you don't have a human-centered view. You don't think the universe revolves around humanity. Your consciousness does not revolve around yourself or humanity. You are addressing the things that are in front of you that you can control, and you are realistic, and women love that about you. You may have 2 dogs, and women may love that about you. You may enjoy going to petting zoos. Actually, that would be a really cute date. Go to a petting zoo with a girl. Bitches love petting zoos. Everything will be okay. She's having a pumpkin, like on Halloween, when people are scared. It's just very comforting vibes. Women love how comforting you are. Comforting and realistic, and you're gonna bring them back down to earth. When I got the smackdown energy, it really wasn't an aggressive smackdown. It was just like the way a therapist might call you out. You're gonna call people out, but then you're gonna give them steps to take to become better, if they're open to it. If not, you're not gonna waste your time. Also with this, you may be married or engaged, or with the death card right after, maybe you were recently ending a marriage or engagement, but regardless, the things that you built in that partnership are something that you take with you and can still enjoy. Our Lady of Dark Mysteries. I don't know why I said that in a Spanish accent. Our Lady of Peaceful Change. Damn. The consistency in this readings gives me the chills, figuratively and physically. So like I said, you may be mysterious. There may be a darkness to you that you're not digging into. And the fact that the Change card came over Death from Rebirth, I can't right now. But there is nothing to fear in your mysteries. You're mysterious, but people intuitively trust you, like immediately, because they get a sense from you that everything will be okay. Our Lady of Peaceful Change, right there with the baby and over the rebirth, eventually, when you are with a woman who has a baby, or if you are already with a woman who has had a baby, or any variation of that, you give her a sense of peace during a physical childbirth. That's a big change to go through for a woman, and you're there for it. Also, if you have a daughter, you guide her through puberty very well. Our Lady of Dark Mysteries, someone here. Right, you might be attracted to women who are particularly chaotic when you're not chaotic yourself. And you might be attracted to the darkness in them because you're like, well, there's nothing going on with me. I'm pretty stable. I'm kind of boring. I need some excitement in my life. So you might be attracted to women with like insane mental health issues. And they love that about you because they're like, well, at least someone's into me. But it helps them forgive themselves and be less scared of themselves because they're like, if someone this realistic feels like they can handle me, then maybe I can handle myself better than I thought. That's great. It's great that you bring that energy to the world. Just a very validating guy. The legacy. Love is always legendary. Beloved. Love never ends. Okay, yeah, I do get that for some people watching this video, you did have a relationship end, and that this is just a message from like God, the universe, whatever, Aphrodite, just telling you that like the goodness in that relationship stays with you, that you're not truly losing anything of value, because in the grand universal scheme of things that's impossible, and you already knew this because of the kind of spiritual balanced grounded guy you are, but you just need to be reminded of that. And the heart, I carry a cathedral within me. Again, that love never ends message. This is for you. The skull. Love has already won. So much grief here, but also so much good handling of it. Women aren't attracted to your grief unless she's crazy. But women are attracted to the way you handle your emotions. And again, like this energy of like everything will be okay in the end, and this to the extent even that we can say it is already okay. Like, you know, when you're playing a game and like you see the cards in your hand and you're like, I may not have physically won this game yet, but like I've already won. You know what I mean? Like it may not have actually come to fruition yet, but the I don't know what the phrase is, like it's in the bag. The whole universe is in the bag, and you have a deeper understanding of this truth than like most people. And even just being around you brings this truth to people's minds, and that's great. The heart, I carry a cathedral within me. You're not like introverted or extroverted. I wouldn't call you an ambivert either. You're not like going back and forth between introverted and extroverted. I get like a very, very stable and grounded vibe for you. In a weird sense, it's like, it's kind of like talking to a wall because you're just not changing. And you're very present. But, like I carry a cathedral within me. Like you can be content within your heart. You can do introversion. And you can be so happy with that because like you have a holy space within you that you go to in meditation. Some of you may meditate. Some of you may just be content in yourselves and not call it meditation. But the energy I'm picking up is a meditative, contemplative, experiencing. Understanding how vast you are in the inside. With a cathedral, it's like so much of the space. You can't touch the roof in a cathedral, but you know the space is there. With the other cards about like the dark mysteries and the moon, you're not trudging up your trauma to like pre-heal. You're not diving into yourself to explore. Like pile one, deeply introverted, they're doing that self-reflection. actively because they love being in their head and exploring themselves, they are introverted, you know, they get that. And then like there's Pile 2, crazy extrovert, exploring the world like crazy. And they bring all their depth to the outside. Whereas you're not like going crazy in the world to find out new things. You're not going crazy in yourself to find out new things. You just accept what is, but you're also very aware of your space. You're not flat, like you're not thinking about everything happening in the world. You're not being social. You're not being introverted. You just deal with what comes up when it comes up. You're not causing drama that doesn't need to be caused. Women love that about you. The legacy. Love is always legendary. I feel like you're making a firm but steady mark in the world, and some women may be distinctly attracted to being connected to a man who leaves that kind of mark. Like they may be attracted to you, but then they may also be attracted to things that they and other people associate with you, like a status kind of. And very last card, insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. This last one, self-explanatory, just confirms once more, you are a spiritual type. Even if you are not religious, you have a religious therapist, priest, people go to you for insight kind of vibe. That said, Aphrodite loves you. I love you. Welcome to planet Earth. I don't know why that came up, but I felt like saying it. We are glad to have you. Welcome to my channel. We are glad to have you. Blessings. God bless you. Have a good day. Clearing up these cards now. About to do pile 4, clearing your energy. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Axolotl boy gone. And now, Strawberry boy, you are my final. Possibly my favorite. Of these totems, the strawberry probably is my favorite, so perhaps you will be my favorite pile. Welcome to this video. So before we explore what women love about you, we're just gonna lay 6 cards out and describe some general key personality traits to confirm that this pile is for you. If these things don't resonate, look at a different pile. If none of the piles resonate, this video isn't for you, okay? The Star. You have big dreams. You may be holding on to dreams that other people think are impractical. You may be very humanist. You may just be an Aquarius. You may like space. The Hanged Man. You may be a Pisces. You may have a very unique perspective with 2 major arcana cards right off the bat. I get the sense you're a little different. You make a very unique impact on people you meet. For some of you, making a big impact may resonate. Yeah. You're good at flipping yourself upside down and seeing yourself from other people's perspective as well. Ace of Swords. You are a smarty pants. You are intelligent. You may like the Fibonacci sequence. That's cute. You're cute. You may like snails. 21 the World. Another major arcana card. Okay, so first of all, you like shapes. You are I mean, you're looking at the bigger picture. That's what we're gonna get from this. For some of you, this means you're looking at global events. For some of you, this just means you have a bird's eye view on things. For some of you, this means that you are your own world. That's interesting. That like your whole world is contained within you, as in like the opposite of global thinking, but it's still bigger picture thinking within your own life. Oh my god. Okay, the High Priestess. Respectfully, you are a freak. Just because of the 4 major arcana cards, you're a freak and you're smart. But that's not a bad thing at all. Something about the hair stood out here. You are guys. This video is for men, so maybe you have long hair for a man. I thought this was a dreadlock at first, so like maybe you have dreads. With the High Priestess, you may be spiritual. It's a feminine card. You may be a little feminine for a man. Right? Okay. Last card. 2 of Pentacles. You may juggle. If you juggle, that's awesome, and I'm already very intrigued by you. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles is about multitasking. You might be neurodivergent with the weirdness vibe I'm getting. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about... Ace of Pentacles is about opportunities. 2 of Pentacles can be about decisions, like choosing which opportunity to go with. You may be particularly indecisive. You may be just in a time in your life where you're experiencing some indecision. If you are, rely on your intellect to be logical about it. Problem-solving skills. But with the High Priestess, you probably already trust yourself and already know that. It's just time to see like which way the coin lands in your head. Okay, let's get into the oracle cards. Make new friends. You may make new friends very well. You may especially like cats. You may be a little bit of a cat whisperer. Bitches love cat whisperers. Love and value yourself. No need to worry. Okay. Oh, another cat. I love this deck because there's so many cats in it. Women love when you take care of yourself. Women love your calm, chill attitude. And women love how friendly you are. It's very straightforward. I get the sense you're also very straightforward. Like with the other piles, I was getting like intense intuitive hits, like, oh, this means this and this means this. Whereas with this pile, it's just kind of like, this is the card's meaning. It's not particularly convoluted or connected to the other cards. It's just, this is who you are. This is what women like about you. Which is also with a strange theme, strange for a card reading. Because I have one of those brains that loves to make connections. But low-key, nothing's coming out for this. It's just like, women like that you like cats. Women like that you take care of your hair. Women like when you love yourself. I don't get the sense you love yourself all the time. But I love when you do. But you are very accepting of yourself. That's interesting for me. Because like with No Need to Worry, you're not worried about how much you love or don't love yourself. That's fascinating. Anyway. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun. That's interesting. Specifically, women love your relationship with your mother. Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine. woman love a few things. This card has some depth to it, actually. Not connected to the other cards, just within itself. So ripening on the vine, it means alcohol. Women love the way you act when you're drunk, son. But also, I got a little bit of a spicy image there. The vine being the long and straight part, and then the fruit being the round part at the bottom of the long and straight part. Do you get what I'm saying, my male friend? Women love your vine with ripe fruit. I hope you have a dirty enough mind to understand what I'm trying to imply. Right? It's YouTube, I can't be too specific. Our Lady of the Sacred Sun. You may be your mother's favorite. Don't tell your siblings I said that, if you have siblings. The true human. I am fully human and fully divine. You're very good at being human, whatever that means to the woman in your life. Okay, I need to talk about this. Okay, you're very good at being human. Fully human and fully divine. What? Okay. Good at being human. I don't know. Because, like, all the major arcana cards are like, you're weird as fuck. But, like, maybe that just means you've already embraced life to its fullest potential. Like, you are in the moment, taking opportunities as they come, living life to the fullest. Like, embracing your humanity, forgiving yourself when you make mistakes, but at the same time understanding your intrinsic spiritual value. If that resonates at all, woman, love that about you. True breath, I reclaim my soul. Breath. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's confirmation. I'm getting an in the moment, patient vibe. Like taking deep breaths, right? Like if you're angry, you may be very good at holding in your anger and calming yourself down. And you know, like remembering that you're human, like remembering I'm just a guy. Reclaiming your humanity, like not getting caught up in your emotions. Like, but specifically that you take deep breaths. You may especially like nice smelling things as well. I mean, like everyone does. It's a very human thing. But you just may be extra aware of your senses. That's a bit of a stretch with this card, but it is what I'm picking up. Mary Magdalene, love only ever expands. Okay, it's interesting that this card came out here. Love and value yourself. Mary Magdalene was Jesus' girlfriend. I will die on this hill. Don't tell my mom, she disagrees with me. But also this deck is the Mary Magdalene deck. So I don't know, maybe it's like you love yourself more over time. Like maybe you used to have low self-esteem and now you have more self-esteem in a woman like that. Maybe it's just like the more they get to know you, the more they love you. Yeah, we're gonna call it that. Move on to the next card. It just, what you get is, what you see is what you get with the cards, and then I'm assuming also with you. Alpha and Omega, every ending is a new beginning. The first will be last, and the last will be first. You understand the order of things, you know your place. You accept life as it comes. You don't fight against the current. It is what it is kind of attitude. For some reason, I know this is Alpha and Omega, the symbols, but I saw Q and A. Maybe you answer questions, like you're open to questions, you're an open book. Especially every ending is in the beginning, like with a book, like maybe there's always more to get to know about you. You surprise people because they never know what's coming next. But they have to go to you to find out what's next. Like they have to probe to get responses, but your responses are always like surprising and interesting. Not gonna lie, this reading kind of put me off. We have one more card left, but before I look at what it is, I just want to say this was somewhat frustrating for me because usually there's a lot more intuitive hits that come with me, but you're not someone who it takes a lot of intuition to read. And that just means that women love how easy and straightforward it is to read you. How little work it takes to be around you, and there's no mental gymnastics with you. There's no I mean, like, everyone takes some emotional labor because you're human, but you're like one of the easiest people to be around. I'm getting that vibe. And the final card, what do women love? Action, movement, perseverance, discipline, motivation. You are a man of action. Fascinating. The thing is, I don't know how any of these things fit together. I don't feel like I have a true sense of who you are from this reading. But I do get the sense that the women in your life have a very clear sense of who you are by being around you. That you are so strange and it's very difficult to put you into words, but that you're also very like, kind of like, I don't know, like a duck with 4 legs, you know? It's just like, that's a duck with 4 legs, you know what I mean? Or maybe, well, you can put that into words, but just like a really weird thing. It's just like, you don't see that every day. And then it's just like, not necessarily, like definitely not off-putting, but like the kind of woman who's attracted to you might be like a collector of strange items. Not that you're an item at all. Make that very clear. You are a person with intrinsic value and autonomy and individuality, but the women who are attracted to you might just be attracted to your presentation, perhaps, or like the fact that they can't put you in a box. Because that's what this is. Like, when I put the cards out, I'm trying to create like a 3D image with all the 2D images. I'm trying to create something deep. But it, respectfully, like, you're not deep, but that's a good thing. You know, you're a man of action. Like, it's not about being complicated. It's about being authentic. That actually feels like a good summary. Beautiful. So proud of myself. That was channeled, though, you know, from my higher self or God or Aphrodite. Aphrodite. That was channeled from Aphrodite. Aphrodite tells you, my dear friend, it's not about being complicated. It's about being authentic. And women love your authenticity. Maybe you're a good dancer, you know, but movement, perseverance, discipline, motivation, you have those things. And like, maybe your life is action too. Like, maybe you are not to be defined by any labels, but rather to be defined by what you do. Anyway, I hope some of this resonated. I'm definitely least confident about this reading than I am about the rest of the readings, but I love you so much, and I hope that you really feel feminine nurturing from this reading. And that's all of our readings. You're the last one. So to everyone who watched all 4 readings, I love you the most. Have an excellent day.